Yeah.
I don't remember.
If you're not here, she's got to be back. I'll reach out.
That's the main thing I'm concerned about.
Yeah, she's got to be back because there's a play.
Sound of Music.
Sound of Music. There we go. That's at the Orpheum, and she's going on tomorrow. No, she's going tomorrow. She takes her plays very serious. Very, very serious. So
we saw a commercial for that on TV, and my son was like, maybe we should go. And I was like, why? Why do we?
Let that boy get some culture, Lane.
I mean, we've seen the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How long is Sound of Music? It's a long movie, right? Isn't it is that the 6-hour one?
No. That's Gone with the Wind.
Okay, all right.
And Gone with the Wind's like 3 hours. Like I don't know if I wonder if there's ever been a 6-hour movie.
No, Gone with the Wind is like 5 hours.
No, it's like
way
something.
No way.
No. Let's look.
We used to do, when I was dating my then girlfriend, now wife, we would do movie night where she'd pick a movie, I'd pick a movie, we'd do a double feature. I remember her trying to make me sit through Gone with the Wind.
It's 3 hours, 56 minutes.
That's 4 hours. I was right.
You're close, yeah.
I said 6.
They showed it in Atlanta at when I was a kid at like the Atlanta version of the Orpheum, and my mom made us all go to it. And it had like an intermission, like after 2 hours or whatever. And I remember looking at it as like a feat of strength if you could make it through that, like, because that's a long thing to sit through, especially when you're a kid,
Yeah, that's the thing that I remember about it. We're watching it at her house, and then she has to get up midway through the movie to take the first disc out and put the second disc in. It's like, oh no.
That was bad when it came with multiple discs.
Yeah. Oh no. Unless it was Lord of the Rings, because I watched all of that.
Yeah. What about the ones that came on videotapes? Like, remember they used to have like the videotapes, then there was like the double videotapes for like
I never had a double. So what was a double videotape? With Titanic,
they had a special box. They had it might have been.
Okay.
I mean, Gone with the Wind definitely would have.
Okay.
They came in like a special double box. Like it was like 2 boxes connected.
Now we're just having old people conversation.
Or it was like a 2-sided box.
So how much would Blockbuster charge you for renting the double?
That's a good question.
Like, would it be double the price? Would it be? It's all the same movie. It's not my fault. It's a long one.
I don't know if anyone ever rented it.
I'm sure somebody rented a double VHS.
Yeah, maybe.
They had to have. You telling me nobody rented Gone with the Wind from the Blockbuster?
I feel like WrestleMania and those things were double VHSs.
Oh, were they? Welcome in, everybody. CJ Hurt here. Jessica still out. Lang is with us. Got a great show lined up for you today. We've got Lang went to the WWE RAW last night. We'll get a full review of that with him in the first segment. Mike Wallace is going to join us, talk all things Grizzlies and sad news out of the civil rights community. Rev Jesse Jackson passed away. We'll talk to Mike some about that. Will Coleman is going to join us in that third segment. He's going to discuss all things college basketball related, not just the Memphis Tigers, who are struggling to say the least.
We don't want to talk about that.
He has his top 5 point guards he's going to share with us today. And then it'll be TV Tuesday. We'll get more on Lang's thoughts on the what's it called? The Game of Thrones spinoff and much more. We'll get into some of this baseball stuff as well. People are scrambling, trying to figure out where to watch these MLB games at this season. It's a Tuesday. You know what we say. Keep hope alive. R.I.P. Jesse Jackson, man.
Are you ready to transform your pool into a stunning oasis? At Mainland Pool Service, they're a family-owned business committed to keeping your pool looking pristine all year round. They believe that pool care should be proactive, not reactive, which is why their skilled team handles everything from routine cleaning to complex issues with precision. They prioritize clear communication and personalized solutions to exceed your expectations. Join the Mainland Pool Service family today and experience the difference their expertise and dedication can bring to your relaxation retreat. Contact them now at mainlandpoolservice.com.
I risk my life to tell y'all these truths.
Cat Williams is back. Brand new material, a new tour, and the same legendary laughter he's delivered for decades.
Nick Cannon got 136 children, Jesus. Did you know that?
Always classic, always Cat.
White people are friendly. You can call them at 3 o'clock in the morning with the wrong number and they won't even be mad at you. Hello? No, I'm sorry. No Shaquita here.
The Golden Age Tour. March 6th in FedEx Forum. Get tickets at Ticketmaster.com.
Hey Grind City, got uninvited house guests? When it comes to bugs, we don't bluff. We Terminex it. Don't let a pest problem spin out of control. Our pest-free 365 Plus plan protects against up to 39 different kinds of pests. Even better, Grizz fans can take $50 off by visiting Terminex.com and enter code SAVE50. Terms apply. With more than 95 years of experience squashing pest issues big and small, we're set to square off against the toughest bugs out there.
Big Ben Bennett, do you have your new football coach over in Nashville?
We do, yes. Robert Saleh. This is why I'm stoked. Starting in 2019, number 2 total defense, number 5 total defense, number 3 total defense, number 4 total defense, number 3 total defense, number 3 total defense. This dude's going to have a good defense. Like, he's going to be able to turn their defense around, which has obviously been an issue.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Own the 2025-26 Grizzlies season with the 10-game Flex Pack, the ultimate way to catch all the action on your terms. Choose your favorite matchups from intense rivalries to weekend thrillers and customize your pack to fit your schedule. With 10 games to pick, you'll never miss the moments that matter most. Visit Grizzlies.com/packs today to build your perfect ticket pack and cheer on the Grizzlies your way. It's your team, your season, and your schedule. So don't miss out.
Now that's the new edition way.
I feel like there's another level we can take it to.
What you think, Mike?
2 steps ahead of you, Slick.
What's good, bro?
What you doing, man?
I'm in.
Woman, you don't even know what I'm getting ready to ask you.
Here's the vision. All 3 of us on the same stage every night.
Gonna be crazy.
No barriers, no separation.
It'll be like 9 kings and a queen.
The next level starts now.
Feels great to feel the sunshine. Gotta own the day like it's all mine. Just got paid in his own time. Been working hard, I've been on the grind. I deserve this feeling, having my way. I've been on this healing. This is my day. The sun's out. Let's have a little fun now. I wanna let it all out. That's what it's all about. Cause I deserve this feeling of having my way. I deserve this healing. This is my day.
Grind City Media presents The Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt. Live from the Grind City Media Studios on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Good morning. Welcome into the Jessica Benson Show here on Grind City Media. Lang Whitaker sitting in for JB. CJ Hurt's here. Jacob's here. And it's a Tuesday, which means we got recap of last night's WWE RAW. Raw is War was here at FedEx Forum. I went to that. Got my CM Punk shirt, the special shirt that they sell a special shirt for each city. And last night they did the CM Punk. On the back, I think it says Memphis is the best in the world. The best in the world's his catchphrase.
Okay.
So it's got.
I was going to ask you, like, what flag is that? Who's that a flag of? You got to stand up and turn around so we can get a look at it. Okay.
It's a city of Chicago flag, or I think the Chicago flag is similar to this, but it's CM Punk is from Chicago, and that's a big part of his identity, I guess. But CJ, what'd you do last night?
I did my taxes. I was like, thank goodness. I got there at 4 and didn't leave till 8:30. Thank goodness Lang is at WWE RAW.
When I came home, my wife had some tax documents sitting out for me to sign with a pen next to it. So I need you to sign this.
Well, I was in there. I recorded the Iowa State Houston game. We'll talk some about that with Will. Incredible game. Those teams are really, really good.
Yeah.
But got home and watched that. I was like, oh, thank goodness Lang is at RAW. Otherwise, we'd have to sit down and talk for the first 20 minutes of the show about my taxes, my tax journey.
Shout out my wife for handling our taxes. Yeah. So I was able to go to RAW. So, yeah.
So how was RAW?
It was really good. I've been to a lot of RAWs and a lot of wrestling events here at FedEx Forum. Last night was one of the better ones, start to finish. The crowd was awesome last night. The FedEx Forum was full, and they usually, because like RAW is a made-for-TV event, they usually black out half the upper deck, and they kind of put everyone on one side because the camera's on the other side, and it looks, it was full, man, like all the way around. It was really, there's a ton of people there. There was like people out here at like 4 o'clock.
That's 4 o'clock, Lane.
I mean, like lined up at the door.
After we got done, I got to get out of here, stretch my legs. I've been in the office for about 3 hours at that point. Just walk around the building real quick, come back in, knock out some work. And over there by the garage, people were already there waiting on the wrestlers to show up. I was like, oh, this must be a big Raw coming through. People were excited from like 10 that morning up until the event.
I mean, WrestleMania is a couple months away, and so like this is part of what they call the road to WrestleMania. There's a pay-per-view coming up, the Elimination Chamber, and this is like the one that was kind of setting up Elimination Chamber. I mentioned this the other day, CJ. You should watch on Netflix. There's a show, WWE Unreal. They're in season 2 of it now. And it gives you like all the behind the scenes stuff of all this. But on part of that, they show on some of the event days, like some of the wrestlers show up 8 hours early. Like they get there really early and go through like what their match is going to be. They meet with the match producers. They get in the ring and like try out moves and stuff they're going to do. They practice basically. They have like a run through the morning of. So I bet you like those people lined up, like I bet wrestlers are coming in and out from 12 o'clock up. There's also like a few wrestlers who didn't wrestle last night who were here.
Oh, nice.
Who like they were in like skits or in different like filmed bits or whatever. But so they were here, but they weren't part of the show because it's like a traveling circus. So they must have had a night off. But like Rusev was here. Let's say I filmed this. This is CM Punk's entrance.
Oh, nice.
Last night.
Did we get the yeet?
Yeah, it actually opened with a yeet.
Oh, nice.
The show opened with the Usos. Actually, before the show opened, they announced like they welcome in like the ring announcer and the actual announcers. And Michael Cole is like the play-by-play guy. He came out and was like, "I'm gonna before we start, I want to welcome in the guy who helped me get here, Jerry Lawler."
Jerry Lawler.
And Lawler came in and got like a standing ovation. They played his music and like he just stood there. And then the thing started, but it started with the Usos. They always come in through the stands. So they were coming in like from behind where the scorer's table is, through the stands. And then there's this new group called The Vision, and they came in and like interrupted the Yeet party and challenged them. And then it's Logan Paul and like his group and Paul Heyman. So like this guy LA Knight came in. They had like a 3-man, I guess 6-man tag team match to start it off.
Oh, what a way to start.
One of my favorite things about wrestling is there are these like tropes they've had forever, right? Like, so like, oh no, the referee got knocked out. What are we going to do? Like that kind of thing. Right now, WWE has brought in, there's a masked man terrorizing WWE. We don't know who he is. He shows up randomly. He interferes in matches. And he showed up last night. He's really messing with this guy, Austin Theory, who's part of this Vision group. And he came in last night and he curb stomped Logan Paul onto the announcer table. But we don't know who the masked man is. He runs down the stands, gets involved, and runs out.
Do you have a guess?
Well, the internet thinks it knows like it's a person playing. He keeps doing the curb stomp, which is Seth Rollins' like finisher. Mm-hmm. And Rollins has been like legit hurt and been out for a little bit. So like people think it's him, and until he comes back, like then they'll unmask him as Seth Rollins because he keeps messing with Logan Paul too. I don't know exactly who it is.
Real random. One of the Paul brothers, I saw this morning, ended up selling a Pokemon card for like $6 million.
Yeah, I think it was Logan Paul.
Was it Logan?
He made a comment last night about something like selling a card for millions of dollars.
Yeah.
The other Paul is the one who dates the speed skater who won the silver medal.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Is that Jake Paul, the boxer? Like he's at the Olympics. I keep showing him in the stands cheering for the Dutch speed skater who she got silver in the thing. My other favorite like trope that they were leaned into last night was they have there's always the luchadors, the Mexican wrestlers who like wear the masks and stuff. They have this luchador now, and his name is El Grande Americano.
Okay.
And it's just a white guy with a mask on. And he comes in and he goes,
"Wait, El Grande, the big American?"
Yeah, well, I think that Grande Americano is a Starbucks drink.
Okay.
But he comes in and he's like, "Hola, Memphis," like no accent. But he's like, "I am so happy to be here on this bien day," and just like terrible Spanish. And then he has like 2 sidekicks who are called I can't even remember what they're called. The Americanos, Los Americanos,
okay.
Like two other white guys with masks on. But then the funniest part is El Grande Americano. They have a imposter El Grande Americano, and it's a different white guy with a different mask. And the first guy is like, "Hey, you guys, he goes, look, there's somebody's impersonating me. This is not right. There's two Grande Americanos. But he did like a little interview in the stands, and then my son and I went out to get popcorn, and we walked by him. He just like walked by real fast with a mask on, and he had like a security guy and a camera guy, and he walked by, and I go, "Hola," and he just kept didn't say a word, kept going. My son was like, "That was terrible," and I was just seeing if he'd interact, but he didn't.
Yeah. How was Javon Evans was up here?
Yeah.
In these parts.
So he's sort of like a younger guy. He was on the Chris Vernon show yesterday.
Yes.
And he's sort of like a younger, I think he's 21 years old. He's really young, kind of an up-and-comer. Don't know a lot about him. And then, like, you don't know who's going to wrestle on what night, right? Mm-hmm. Like, you get there and you hope you get to be there on a night where you don't even know who's there for the most part. That was why, like, a couple of years ago when The Rock was here and he came out, remember, and, like, opened the show up. Like, that was cool because we didn't know The Rock was going to be here. Like, no one was sure CM Punk was going to be here last night. He came out and did a thing. Anyway, Javon Evans turned out to be in the headline match last night against Gunther and who was the other? It was a three-man match. Dominic Mysterio. And the winner was going to get to be in the Elimination Chamber, which is like 6 wrestlers against each other. And Javon Evans won. Nice. He won like the headline match last night and is going to be in the Elimination Chamber with, like, 3 of the big stars of WWE. So, like, for him, this is a pretty big win. I saw he was up here, and Roser and Devin were interviewing him for the Vernon show, and I got brought up into this conversation. Because whenever wrestling's in town, the wrestlers usually, they bring them by and, like, either do interviews with us or let them hang out, whatever. A couple of years ago, WWE was in town, and AJ Styles came up here, and the Grizz Gaming facility's right there. AJ Styles and like 2 other guys came up here and just hung out and played 2K with us for a couple hours. AJ Styles was injured and he was the heavyweight champion at the time, but he wasn't wrestling that night. He had like a hamstring pull, and they were trying to save him for WrestleMania. So he was like, I don't have anything to do. I'll just come hang out. So he played 5-on-5 2K with us for a couple hours. Super competitive, got angry when the guys who are 2K professionals were clowning him. Like, they were like throwing alley-oops and dunking, and he was so mad. Like, you could see it in his face. Like, he does not like to lose. But this evolved into a conversation about wrestling and how they do what they do, and he was showing us how they kick, and it looks real on TV. And he was kicking at our legs, and when he kicks, he would slap his leg. I can't really do it in this chair. He would like slap his thigh and it would make a loud noise. And these guys are such good athletes. They could kick within an inch of your leg and make the noise. And altogether, it looks like they're just kicking the crap out of your leg, but they're not really touching you at all. And then he's like, but sometimes, like, there's 5,000 to 10,000 people sitting up close. Sometimes you got to connect, and it has to be real. And he goes, I'll show you how we throw a punch. Who wants to take it? And I said, I guess I will. And here's the video.
There'll be none of this.
Okay.
It's legit. So I'm gonna measure here, and I'm gonna hit you here. So, but these are real. Ready?
He was like, "You're gonna feel it," and I said, "I felt it." Like in the movies when somebody's in like a car accident or there's some sort of thing, and in the movies, they signify like a traumatic head injury by like that high-pitched whining sound, like in your ear. That's what I heard when that happened. Yeah, like everything went mute for a split second, and then I heard that high-pitched whining sound, and it dazed me for a second, and then I was like, I'm going to go sit over here and take some Advil. And then he came over later, and he goes, so what I did there is I held your head so it couldn't move with one hand. He goes, and then I hit you with a flat part of my arm. And then I aimed, so it made a lot of noise. He goes, and then I aimed for a part of he stretched it out and made it flat. So it was like flat on flat. So it's loud. And he goes, but by doing that, I don't hit your ear, your nose, anything that could break or bleed or anything like that. Like, it's flat on flat and it makes a lot of noise. I don't know if he like meant to hit my ear as hard as he did and like, almost, break my eardrum, but he did. But, so yeah, but I always tell people I took a punch from the heavyweight champion and didn't go down. I'm pretty proud of that.
That's impressive. Like there have been moments. 5-star friend of the show. He has the Wrestling Pod. Check him and Devin out on these here airwaves, he every now and then fans will come up to him and be like, yo, hit me with a chop. He's like, are you sure you want that? It's like, all right, I'm going to do it. And just hearing how loud the chop sounds and seeing how hard he's striking you with, it's all measured and there's a reason for it. Yeah. But afterwards, dudes lift their shirts up. It's just a giant handprint. Oh,
they asked Javon Evans about it yesterday because, like, those guys, the Gunther is one of the guys who he had to wrestle, and he's famous for doing, like, the chest slaps. And he'll, like, just grab you and just slap you across the chest numerous times, and it's loud. And you can see, like, the skin is red. Like, it hurts. Like, it's got to hurt. One of the other funny things last night, CJ, your shirt reminded me, pro black is an anti-white. The New Day is a tag team, and it's 3.
New Day Bootios?
Yes.
Are they still eating Bootios?
Well, so one of the guys, Big E, was like the biggest guy.
Yeah.
In real life, he broke his neck like about a year and a half ago in wrestling. He got thrown outside the ring, landed on his head, broke his neck. And so he's retired from wrestling in real life. He's still involved. Like, he's one of the announcers and stuff. Like, he's not paralyzed, but I guess it was bad enough that he can't wrestle. I don't know if he ever will. So he's been out. So they replaced him for a while. The 2 guys who were left, Kofi Kingston and I can't remember the other guy's name, turned bad. And now they're bad guys.
Okay.
For the first time in a long time. And now the other guy is out. And they were somebody in the chat can tell me the other guy's name. I can't remember. He's the video gamer. He's out, and they replaced him with a white guy.
Okay.
And so the white guy came in and he was wearing like a set, like a short sleeve shirt and matching shorts and everything. And he came in and they just started ripping on Memphis because, you know, like that's another wrestling trope.
Yeah.
It's like you got to come in.
That's what made The Rock so good. He was wherever he was at, he'd come in and just take a giant dump on the city.
Right.
Just
especially when he was a bad guy the last few years.
Yes.
And that's why when he came back here and he was like, finally The Rock is coming back home.
Xavier Woods.
So Xavier Woods is out. They replaced him with this white dude. And they come in and Kofi Kingston posted on Twitter like early in the day to get this started. Look at this. Me and John Morant can't wait to get the hell up out of Memphis. The guy last night was like, yeah, Memphis is so bad, even John Morant wants to leave. Like that was like a big story thing last night to make fun of Memphis. Like there's no easier way to get the crowd to hate you than just come out and talk about how crappy the city is.
And if it's got a major sports franchise, which most of these cities do because WWE is performing in arenas, just find the best player, the most popular player, and just hate on them. Yeah. Just nonstop.
It's funny though that like, so you can enjoy wrestling as an adult. Like I feel like I can enjoy wrestling on multiple levels. Like the athleticism is amazing. It's incredible to watch. The show is amazing. Like the lights, the fireworks, the music, all that stuff. The fact that they move it around from city to city, night to night, is incredible. But understanding that it's not real, and understanding like that those guys are going to come out and crap on Memphis, like that's supposed to get me to hate them, but that's hilarious, right? The El Grande Americano, like all these guys, like it's really funny if you understand what's going on. I think there's people there who believe it.
I mean, you get lost in it. You get lost and you're. It's like watching a great movie. It's like watching a great TV show. Like listen, you just get caught up in that thing. You're like, okay, this is real for this amount of time.
There's so many people in the merch lines last night. Like, and I wanted to get the T-shirt too because they only sell it once, you know, in each city. But we got there like an hour or something early, and the line was halfway around the thing, and everyone in line is wearing a WWE shirt, or they have the belt, or they have something, some sort of piece of it, and they collect it. And then like one guy was saying, "Oh, I should have worn my this," and the 2 guys in front of me were wearing D-Generation X T-shirts.
Oh, nice!
Like everyone has their stuff, their gear. My son got the Jey Uso glasses last night, the Yeet sunglasses. He was trying to decide if he wanted the sunglasses or Penta's this other wrestler, this luchador who wears gloves. He wanted the glove. Like they have all the little pieces of merch and all that. I got the shirt. And I have like buddies who are like still into it, who watch it every week because it's sort of like a soap opera, right?
It's an athletic soap opera is what it is.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
It's awesome. It was great last night. I'm glad WWE was in town. I'm glad I was able to go. And Memphis, you showed out last night. It was like the crowd was awesome and people were into it and yelling, screaming up and down, booing at the right times, cheering at the right times. It's fun to live in a wrestling city. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, Michael Wallace is going to join us. We're going to talk Grizzlies. We'll talk NBA. We'll talk All-Star, all that stuff. You're watching the Jessica Benson Show here on Grind City Media.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing compares to catching your Grizzlies IRL. And that all starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight. Put that jersey collection to use for the next game and get Grizzlies tickets at Ticketmaster. Whether they're here at FedEx Forum or on the road, Ticketmaster's got your back when it comes to scoring tickets. And there's no better brag than saying you saw it live.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GBWR.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing beats catching your Grizzlies IRL, and nobody knows that better than you. So next time you want to hit up a game, Ticketmaster's got your back with tickets to every upcoming matchup. Whether you're catching the Grizzlies at home or on the road, you'll find tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Keep putting that jersey collection to use and get Grizzlies tickets today. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside again soon, Memphis.
The long goodbye begins. A very special evening with Journey. Final Frontier Tour. Journey. Tickets are on sale now at journeymusic.com. Your chance to say goodbye to the songs that changed our lives. Journey. Final Frontier Tour.
Grizz Nation gets set for tip-off 1 hour before every Grizzlies home game with the warm-up show. Get the latest news, notes, and analysis live from courtside at FedEx Forum.
Who's going to be the tougher team that rebounds and prevents second-chance opportunities?
Join me, Lang Whitaker, along with Michael Wallace, Jessica Benson, and other personalities from Grind City Media, Memphis, and around the NBA. 1 hour before every home game, live at Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item, whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Welcome back to the Jessica Benson Show. Lang Whitaker here, sitting in for JB for one more day, alongside CJ and Jacob. And as he always does on Tuesdays, or like I say on the warm-up show, as we always do at this time, Michael Wallace joins us here on the Jessica Benson Show. And Mike, CJ and I were talking earlier this morning, sort of a sad day in the world of politics and the civil rights remembrance. You guys host the HBCU podcast. I didn't know this until this morning. Jesse Jackson passed away, and he played quarterback at North Carolina A&T. From what I read, he started at University of Illinois, wasn't allowed to play quarterback. He felt it was discrimination. He left and went to North Carolina A&T, was a quarterback, and kind of got his whole career started out of there. Jesse Jackson dies at 84 years old. What are your thoughts on all this, Mike?
You know, when I woke up and saw that, I knew he had been in ailing, failing health for a while, for a few years now. And, you also look at, Jesse, like you look at your parents and your grandparents and you see them age, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm young enough, and Lang, you're young enough too, to remember, being from Georgia, when he ran, right, for president in '84 the first time, right? And before there was a Barack Obama, it was Jesse Jackson laying the foundation and creating a pathway and making us all believe that an African American man from this country had a chance to run for president and could one day be there. And he was controversial. If you read history, read through the civil rights era, he's had some dark times and as well as some breakthrough moments. But for me, for our generation, he's the one guy that we can point to and say he's the living, breathing, physical connection to Martin Luther King Jr. You had Andrew Young, you know what I mean, growing up in Atlanta. But Jesse Jackson was that for a lot of us in the rest of the country. So rest in peace to Jesse, his family, and everything he's meant to this country, not just to Black America, but to this entire country.
I've talked about it before on some of these shows that, like you said, I grew up in Atlanta, and I grew up right around the corner from the King Center where Dr. King's body is interred. But Andrew Young was my mayor, John Lewis was my senator. All those guys were part of the kind of the fabric of the city. All the guys who were part of Dr. King's inner circle. And Jesse Jackson was always the one who he was from Chicago, so he wasn't really an Atlanta guy, and he wasn't kind of around like those guys were just around all the time. And Jesse Jackson was sort of his legacy was a little problematic because people thought this guy's his ambition kind of, a lot of times people were critical of that. But he came and spoke at my high school. I told CJ this when it was in the 90s. And he came and did an assembly for our high school. And he had everyone chanting, "I am somebody, you are somebody."
Yes.
It was awesome. Yes. By the end of it, the whole place was standing up and cheering and rooting for him. So it was kind of cool just to be in the same room as that guy at some point. But he had a long battle with Parkinson's apparently, and passed away at 84 years old today.
When you mentioned that, it made me flash back too, because in '87, in high school for me, he did the same tour. This was his going back into the '88 presidential election. After he did it in '84, he came back and ran again in '88. So as part of that campaign, he did that youth tour. Yeah. And I remember the stage was set up right in our gym in DC, in my high school, right underneath the basket, the basket on the main arena floor. And he walked up on the stage and the days and the podium, and the first thing he did was turn around and grab the rim and start shaking the rim like he just dunked on it, right? So everybody went crazy when he did that. But yes, man, I mean, that was definitely it made politics real, not today's politics, but it made political connection and the importance of democracy and politics real. But yes, great point, man. It's great that we started our conversation off on that because he's a distant, disconnected memory for a lot of young people, but he certainly resonates with our generation.
CJ, you're younger than us.
I'm not by much, but I am a bit younger. So I'm in elementary school, and the particulars of this story, maybe we get into on HBCU Huddle. But I have to do a report on a historical figure to get into some accelerated program. Nobody else has to do this report, but CJ's not smart. CJ shouldn't be in this program. So we're going to make CJ jump through a bunch of extra hoops to get in there. And my parents are like, okay, any historical figure? Anyone in history. And they're like, okay, you need to sit down and do Jesse Jackson. You're going to sit down in third grade and learn about this man, start all the way up to this point. And the I am somebody, keep hope alive, all of that stuff resonated with me as a kid.
Take your time.
This one hurts, man.
Yeah.
As a kid growing up in elementary school, the things that I went through, and he never came to my school because he's done doing things by then. He's doing other stuff. But just learning about that, and the importance of me and of my culture and of my people, man, that was so instrumental. You can do go a lot of different ways as a young black man, as a black boy in the education system, and to learn about him and learn about the way that he motivated you. And it wasn't by putting anybody down. It wasn't by, hey, you're better than them, or you've got more than them.
It was that you had worth.
It's you matter.
Yeah.
You matter. And learning that from him.
Yeah.
Not from the teachers in the school, not from the principals, but from him, man. That helped me out tremendously in elementary school. I saw him just out. It was 2021 after COVID, like kind of after COVID.
Yeah.
Driving, we were going to Hot Springs, and I looked up, going down Riverside, going down Riverside, and it was it was front, going down front. It was like, oh, that's Rev Jesse Jackson right there. And so he's got his people with him. Everybody's in masks. It's like, oh, I want to go say something to him, but like it's COVID. Don't want to get out the car. Don't want to bother him like that. And it's just like, man, you stop and you think about what the world was when he was my age at that time.
Yeah.
When he was in his 30s at that time. And I'm making this trip to Arkansas, through Tennessee, to Hot Springs, and I don't have to worry about, where do I stop to eat? Where do I stop for gas? Where do I stay when I get to Hot Springs? I can stay, eat, stop wherever I want. And people like that are why I get to kick it with you, Robin, and Rose on the Odds Couple. We get to do this show with Jessica. Mike and I get to work in this industry because people like that sacrifice so very, very much to push this country forward. And right now, man, it doesn't feel real good. Yeah. It feels like there's an active push to pull us back to that time. And in some's mind, that's when America was great. Yeah. But like for some of us, America wasn't that great in this time that you're talking about. We moved forward. Jesse Jackson was a large part of the reason we got to move forward. This one hurts me, man. This is a sad day.
It's kind of wild also for you to talk about seeing Jesse Jackson right here, because he was right there at the Lorraine Motel. Like when Dr. King was shot, he was there. He was, he's in the photos and all that stuff. Like he was such an integral part of history and for so long. Like for, we're talking about something that happened in the 60s and then all the way to now. Like, he was part of that. I think about all those guys and, we talk about Andrew Young, John Lewis, and Hosea Williams was also around like when I was in Atlanta, and I got to know him a little bit. Like he had like a Feed the Hungry campaign, but he, like, of all those guys, Jesse Jackson was the one who probably ascended to the biggest stage outside of that civil rights movement, because Jesse ran for president and all this stuff and was such a big part of it. So I don't know. Thanks for saying what you said. And I don't know where we go from there.
No, absolutely,
but that was
Absolutely,
it's been a crazy day.
Yeah, well said, CJ. And before we transition, man, I just wanted to say, if you just do the math, right? 68 was 58 years ago, right, when King was shot. Yeah. So you do the math, Jesse Jackson was 26 years old standing on that ledge the day that Dr. King was shot. He was the young guy. He was the rebel rouser among that King circle, because he was coming down from Chicago with Operation Push. And they were sort of the guys that said, okay, let's not just go around here and march and pray and do the nonviolent, silent stuff. Let's go out here and shake some trees and, kick some things over and make some havoc if we have to make sure this message resonates. So yes, everybody had a role in that. And like I said, man, you guys said it so eloquently as well too. CJ said it so emotionally, man. I can't put any more of a cap on it than that.
That group, just think about that group, right? Like Jesse Jackson is a rabble rouser, and you're right, Mike. It's not like John C. Lewis was just chill.
Yeah.
Like they had to pull him to the side many a time. Like, hey, like Ralph Abernathy wasn't just calm, right? They were all so revolutionary and so motivated in what they thought, in the concept of hope. The hey, America will get better. America can be, America should be, America will be better. You just have to believe. And being black in the 50s, 60s, telling everybody, hey, just believe, it'll get better. We're working on it. It'll get better. Like, come on, man. No matter how down you get about what's going on today, you have to keep that hope alive.
Keep hope alive.
Like you do.
Yeah. I think about it also in the context of just this weekend. Barack Obama did a bunch of podcast interviews I don't know why he did them all this weekend. Did you see that stuff popping up on social media?
I guess because he's at the All-Star game. He probably got something in the works also.
But like his library's open. Jacob said, I saw like him do a bunch of stuff this weekend. I think of him, as as a guy who, like, these other guys like laid the groundwork, and now we've had people like Barack Obama come along and kind of help take this to another level. And I don't know where it goes from here. Like where do we go from this point?
I guess forward, right?
Yeah,
Like
I hope so.
If they can go forward in the 60s, like
lead us, CJ.
We can go forward, man. Like that's not. We can keep going forward, can't we?
I hope so.
They're marching in Memphis heat in full on suits, dresses, stockings, heels, all of that.
Yeah.
Like we could go forward.
It's also wild that like someone in the chat said, like, it wasn't that long ago. Like this, we know people who were involved in this whole thing. Like it feels like, in a lot of ways it feels like it was a million years ago, and in a lot of ways it feels like it was 5 years ago. So I don't know. I don't know where to go from there.
All-Star Weekend, Mike, how was that?
I was gonna say we could make a real bad transition right here, but
let's go.
Speaking of going forward, the All-Star game.
People watch the
All-Star
All-Star
Weekend. Before we wrap up,
did we fix the All-Star game, Mike?
I think we took a significant step. I think what it took was a younger generation, an international generation led by Victor Wembanyama, who said, you know what, let's just go out here and play. Stop all this other entitled stuff. It just takes 1 or 2 or 3 players. And I'm not saying all American players felt entitled, because if you rub Anthony Edwards the wrong way, he's going to come at you. If it doesn't take much to get Kawhi Leonard going, right? Like, it's just, I think the older veteran guys, the LeBrons, the KDs, the Stephs, they've been part of this load management. If I want to do it, I will. If I don't, I won't kind of generation. They felt a little more player empowered to do it. But it's good to see that this weekend got back to what the game needs to be about. And it was compelling. I don't think that's the right format to absolutely say it's a fix, but I think they took a significant step on the Sunday aspect of it. NBC, man, it's almost like they shoehorned it in. Like it was clearly second fiddle to the Winter Olympics.
Yeah.
Time start, the combination of being West Coast and the earlier time threw a lot of people in the country off in terms of when things were going on.
But the ratings were through the roof.
Other than that,
yeah, but the ratings were through the roof.
Fifth most watched All-Star game since 2000.
I think it was partly because of the Olympics, because like you had such a lead into it. Also, they figured out now how to track this stuff, like, because now they add in, it's most watched. It's not Nielsen ratings, right? So it's we get the TV ratings plus the streaming plus the social. I don't know how they quantify the whole thing, but they figure it all out together. I want to criticize. I did this on the Odds Couple yesterday. I want to criticize Luka Doncic and Nikola Jokic for coming in playing like 3 minutes and then sitting out the rest of the thing. Like the same way we used to criticize like LeBron and these guys for half-assing it during the All-Star game. Let's criticize those guys too, because they showed up. I mean, they showed up. But if you're going to be part of it, be part of it. Like, don't just come and play for a minute or two.
Fair. All of that's fair for sure.
I thought the dunk contest was fine. Wasn't great. I didn't even know the guy who won it.
Yeah, I didn't even know. And Miami's had a couple guys like that, but because before we knew Derek White, not Derek White, but Derek Jones Jr. in the same situation, right? So these anonymous guys, I think the way to fix that is you require rising, the rising stars to participate in a dunk contest, and you let the veteran 3-point shootout, right? So if you're a first year, second year, or third year player and you're invited to, rising stars, somebody from that group needs to, at least, because then they're recognizable guys, right? They're young guys. It's before they establish their brands fully, and maybe they will do it. I thought Carter Bryant was an example of that, right?
Yeah.
But if you would have got VJ Edgecombe and convinced him to do it, that would have been something that he can build his brand from. So that might be another way to incentivize it a little bit more.
I think we need to have we showed yesterday the Mac McClung dunks that he posted on social media. Like, and he was like, if I had been in the dunk contest, this is what I would have done. It made me think so we need to make him the final boss of the dunk contest. So he just sits in a chair at the end. We have a dunk contest. Whoever wins, you got to go through Mac McClung at the end. You got one dunk against Mac McClung to settle it. Just add like another layer of kind of fun to this whole thing. And because it's like, that's the thing to me is always like people treated this thing as like, oh, it's All-Star weekend and these guys aren't playing hard. Well, it's supposed to be fun, like it's supposed to be stars. You and I have been around covering these things long enough too. Like all these people were complaining about like influencers being invited and given media credentials to the thing. Like what are you going to ask, Cade Cunningham at media availability that's worth talking about? Like I'd rather hear Cade Cunningham talk about what shoes he wears, what car he drives, like just fun stuff.
Yeah, different things.
Like he's not going to say, well, we're real worried about the Celtics. Like no one's going to say anything serious in those situations. Like I just feel like All-Star Weekend should be a celebration of fun and what makes the NBA fun. And I don't know, maybe we're getting closer to that.
No, great point, especially since they tweaked the calendar. Because remember, back when we were covering it every year, it was always the week leading into trade deadline. So there was always trade speculation, and you got a room full of NBA stars talking about being traded, who's going to be traded, and all those kind of things. And now that it's on the back end after the trade deadline, you're right. There's not really. Sometimes, man, the media can be. We can tend to be self-righteous a lot of times, and that's one of the reasons why the media largely is in the shape that it's in right now, because of that self-righteousness. But yes, it's supposed to be fun. I like the idea of having McClung as a 3-time champ somehow involved. Yeah, it's just a shame that he's that great of a dunker, that great of an athlete, but he can't get his game right to even be a 12th man on somebody's regular roster. So that talent gap, man, tells you how vastly talented these NBA players are.
Yeah. All right. Well, Mike, appreciate you joining us. And we got to go back to work this week. Sorry to tell you.
Yeah.
We got to get back to
Let's do it.
Grizzlies are back home on the 20th and the 23rd coming up. So after a long break away from Memphis, we get to go back. You'll be back tomorrow on Grisby, right?
Grisby, HBCU, Huddle, Record, everything, man. And we getting ready for it, too. And then we're going to be previewing. We got a meeting, too, man. You're on that meeting. That meeting call. We got a meeting to talk about upcoming draft and off-season content. Let's do it.
Yeah, we're going to be on it. All right. Well, Mike, appreciate you joining us, and we'll talk to you soon. CJ and I will be right back here in a second. Will Coleman's going to join us. You're watching the Jessica Benson Show here on Grind City Media.
The heaviest metal credit card of all time. Rumored to be one of only 18 in existence. Plated with the very same tungsten that forged the International Space Station. And wielded at business dinners like a samurai sword. It's a classic corporate power move. But the real power move? Having end-to-end visibility on your most critical shipments. FedEx, the new power move.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey Grind City, got uninvited house guests? When it comes to bugs, we don't bluff. We Terminex it. Don't let a pest problem spin out of control. Our pest-free 365 Plus plan protects against up to 39 different kinds of pests. Even better, Grizz fans can take $50 off by visiting Terminex.com and enter code SAVE50. Terms apply. With more than 95 years of experience squashing pest issues big and small, we're set to square off against the toughest bugs out there.
How are you able to release and have an instrumental song become a huge deal?
And I forget who the disc jockey was, but he put the wrong side on. He put the Green Onions by mistake and played the B side instead of the A side.
No!
And that's when the change happened. These people started to call the station and say, play that song again.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Jeff Dunham, Artificial Intelligence, his all-new tour.
Jeff Dunham. You're the other white meat.
How can you be so smart on one hand and so stupid on the other? Well, you're half of it.
I realized I could have avoided all this years ago with one simple word. I do not. Silence!
Don't miss a Memphis. Friday, April 10th, FedEx Forum. Tickets on sale Monday, September 29th at JeffDunham.com.
The Grizzlies are proud to team up with Prime Global Group, a company on a mission to redefine real estate investment. By leveraging deep experience, strategic insight, and robust resources, Prime Global Group is shaping a smarter, socially responsible future. Whether you're an investor or simply curious, now's the time to explore innovative strategies that align with your values. Join the movement and discover how you can be a part of this exciting evolution. Visit primeglobalgroup.net to learn more and connect with the team today. That's primeglobalgroup.net.
Grizz Nation gets set for tip-off 1 hour before every Grizzlies home game with the warm-up show. Get the latest news, notes, and analysis live from courtside at FedEx Forum.
Who's going to be the tougher team that rebounds and prevents second chance opportunities?
Join me, Lang Whitaker, along with Michael Wallace, Jessica Benson, and other personalities from Grind City Media, Memphis, and around the NBA. 1 hour before every home game, live at Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app. Welcome back to the Jessica Benson Show. Lane Whitaker sitting in for JB. CJ Hurt is here. Jacob's here. And joining us now, like he always does on Tuesdays. Didn't bring food this week because I'm here. Will Coleman's here.
I thought about that, man. I said, man, Big Lang up there, man. I might need to cook something, but I ran
didn't
out
want to
of
compete. I
ran
get
out
it.
of some time. Lang, you be cooking.
I know. That's what I'm saying. You didn't want to compete.
See, I didn't want to
You're
get
a little
showed
afraid
up.
of-
Yeah, I
he
didn't
was
want
a
Lang to show me up today.
You missed CJ crying in the last segment. And then
Not true.
I cried. I was thinking
untrue.
I cried on this show one time when my friend Sekou passed away years ago.
Yeah.
Like, what could we say to get Will crying to join the?
The Memphis Tigers are 28-4.
Oh man,
That's where I was going.
Oh,
What do we
man.
do? What are we doing? How do we fix the Tigers, Will?
Man, I think we just take it day by day.
He might start crying now.
I was only kidding, man. I might be right.
Man, you just
Is there?
it's a day to day.
Do we need to look beyond this season? Do we need to be like, all right, this season it's a wrap. Let's figure it out.
No, because we still.
They're still in games.
Man, we at this point we just got to win. We got to win conference.
Yeah.
Got to win conference.
Can they do that? Is that like a?
I think they can. You know, I'd be dead wrong. I feel like I wouldn't be a real Tiger fan if I straight up here was just like, man, we ain't gonna win.
Yeah.
Because I think we can. We've shown glimpses that we can win games. We've shown glimpses that we can play together.
Yeah.
But we got to show up when it matters.
We've also seen college teams like get hot at the right time, right? Like,
Yeah.
you know,
They
every
can
once in
make a
while-
run.
Yeah, like
They can
somebody
make a
gets
run.
hot. they
We were
win.
just talking before the show got started, Lang, you, me, and Jacob, about that Syracuse team
Yeah.
that snuck into the tournament as an 11th seed and then made it all the way to the Final Four. I think they had to go through the play-in also.
Is that the Fab Melo team, or is that the one we were talking about, or the Johnny Flynn team?
It wasn't
Or the-
Flynn. It wasn't Flynn, I don't
Flynn
think.
was cold.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
Flynn team was really, really
Man.
good. But it might have been, though. Like 2014, 2015, something like that Syracuse team. So to you guys' point, you got to take care of the business
Man,
you can take care of. Win that conference tournament, get into the big dance, and then let's see. And are they, with all the losing that's been going on, do you think that they're still the most talented team in this conference? Can you say that the Memphis Tigers are still the most talented team in this conference?
You see, I
This
think
year.
you can still be talented. I think you can be talented and just have a terrible team.
Yeah.
Because you can have 5 individuals who are great at playing basketball, but still just can't figure out how to put it together. So I think we do have a talented team, yes. Have we figured out how to play together? No.
Yeah.
And I think that's evident, but
if you got the talent, and in one game situations, man, anything can happen as long as you've got the talent. And
Right.
you're saying that you think Memphis has the talent, right?
I think Memphis has the talent, yes. I just don't think we figured out how to play together yet.
Okay. Do you know anything about
as late as it is, I just don't think we have.
Do you know anything about the suspensions?
I don't know. I've read and I've seen, and I just don't know exactly to a T what has happened. All I saw was, somebody being disrespectful, in the high five and at the end of the game. A lot of people left a distasteful taste in their mouth after what happened. But, at one point, you got a lot of people who's looking at it from a basketball standpoint saying, hey, Utah State need X amount of points to make sure they get to where they need to be in the rankings. Then you got the other people who are like, You just don't do that. But it's like from a basketball mind, I'm like, man, I'm
where
trying
do you
to
land on that?
Yeah, I'm as ugly as it may seem, I'm like, get the bucket because we need X amount of points to get to where we need to be. Every college, every school has goals, right? Every job, everybody has goals. And if we don't know what that front office or what them people telling Utah State, or you know what kind of pressure that coach is under, if we need to beat Memphis by 30 to make sure we secure a spot in the top, wherever in Can Pop or wherever you want to land, then they gonna make it happen. But some people don't look at it that way. They just see it as disrespect, and they just see, hey, we shouldn't do that and things like that.
I always feel like if you don't want me to dunk at the end of the game, play defense.
Every competitor knows it's the final buzzer. You play to the final buzzer.
Yeah, and they didn't.
They didn't at all, and it came off as ugly. But to me, it's like, man, they got somewhere they trying to be.
Yeah. Absolutely. We were texting back and forth this weekend watching the Arizona Texas Tech game. And Will and I were just talking back and forth, and we were talking about the guard play in that particular game because you had Christian Anderson, you had Burries in that matchup, and we were trying to figure out, okay, who are our favorite or who are Will's favorite 5-point guards in college basketball right now, Will?
I heard he sent you a list that doesn't include point guards.
Well, it's Darren Peterson, a point guard. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. But, Will, let's go. Who you got?
Man, I got Christian Anderson at Texas Tech. Love Tyler Tanner, Milos at Houston. I watched Houston last night. They're just an amazing basketball program.
They're really good. He's not the point guard though, is he?
He's one of them. Go ahead and finish.
But I'm just saying these are it's real. I mean,
finish through it, Will.
Okay, Darren Peterson.
Yep.
I mean, he's a huge point guard, and then we got Mason. So a lot of these guys, they're listed as a PG, and they're not one of the. And there's a couple guys on here that's not like making headlines.
Yeah.
But for me, that was always an underdog, and for me, that was an undersized big, and for me, that had to learn how to play a position that I wasn't. I'm listed at 6'9", 6'8", 3/4. I'm not a 5 man, but I had to learn to adapt and be an underdog at that position. So a couple of these guys here are some guys that I just look at and I'm like, man, they're talented. They contribute to their team. They help out a lot. They play hard, and they get the job done.
Yeah.
And take me through. What do you like about each one? What do you like about Christian Anderson?
So Christian Anderson, I think he's a late first rounder, right? Just to call it a catalyst. He's leading the Big 12 in assists, I believe, and he's elite with the floor spacing. He just have a combination of scoring and playmaking that I think it's just helped him, them be successful.
He's one of the best pick and roll ball handlers I've seen in a really long time.
When I see him, to your point, it's like my favorite pick and roll duo was Amari Stoudemire was one of my favorite players.
Yeah.
So when I see, something like that, I'm not comparing guys, but just the way the game is played, I'm thinking Steve Nash and Amari Stoudemire because they played the pick and roll so well. And those were two of my favorites, and Amari Stoudemire was one of my favorite players. So I just, to your point, the pick and roll is played very well.
Him and Toppin over there at Texas Tech, a formidable duo. Just watching Anderson, if you hadn't watched him, man, the pick comes. If you hedge, he can throw it in there. If you drop off of him, he can turn the corner and get downhill. And if you got help there downhill in the paint, that's fine. He finds the open spot with the ball, and he can rise and elevate so quickly for a jump shot, sink it, three-pointer, make it. One of the best pocket passers I've seen in a really long time, man. He's really, really
I feel like we're spoiled from watching so much good basketball because last night in that Houston game, there was a play late in the game where Kingston Flemings called for a pick and roll and got a switch and then attacked off the switch. And Fran Fraschilla was like, look at this. They spent 30 minutes working on this in practice today. And I was like, you spent 30 minutes learning how to get a switch?
Yeah, but that's
shouldn't you know that as a point guard?
That's when you learn to do it is at this level. You got to be able you do it in middle school, you do it in high school. You don't do it against Iowa State.
But don't you do it against AAU?
Yeah, but that's not as good. That's not as good as Iowa State.
Man, I know there's a lot of debate around that. That ain't basketball, man. Those are scoring clinics. Who can score the most?
Video game.
you in a video game. So while EYBL and and AAU may be illustrious to a lot of people and enticing, I just don't think for me that's real basketball.
Yeah.
But when you get to a place like you said, when these college games and these guys are playing, now is at the point we can speak on it. These guys, I mean, you call it what they want. These guys playing for contracts.
Yeah.
Collegiate contracts
Yep.
and NBA contracts, so they're hungry. So they're gonna play. They're gonna lock up. You're gonna have to play defense.
Yeah.
So it's like when you get to that level, you may not see it until, like to your point, you may not see it until you get to that level because real defense
Team defense.
Team defense not played like especially not on the summer circuit.
You put Uzan on there from Houston.
Yeah.
Houston does run 2-point guard. You could say 3-point guards at a time. Fleming is the one who I would have had on there from Houston. Somebody who's so fast with the ball in his hand, like Russell Westbrook, John Morant, De'Aaron Fox type fast in the open court. Why did you go with that guard over Fleming?
Man, I just him being a senior, and I was the same way. When I was a senior, I had to take the back seat. Tark Black was here. He got majority of the minutes.
Yep.
I got benched on my senior night because I didn't follow directions. A lot of people, call me crazy because I'm okay with that. Coach Pashner gave me an order and I didn't follow. And first, I lost.
What did you do?
Yeah, what was the order?
Well, first off, I lost a jump ball to somebody that was like 6'4".
Okay,
I think we was playing Tulane that day. It was my senior night.
Did you say it was a bad toss, or what did you do?
I just lost the tip. so he's just like, man, sit down, dog.
Yeah.
He was frustrated. Now, but to have a senior like that and to to have other guys eating all you think as a senior, especially if you putting in the work and you leading the team and doing things that you're supposed to and you provide and you think you should be on the floor.
Yeah.
But to have a guy like that and still come out and play and average what he's averaged, I mean, he's 11 points per game, 4 assists a game. To be able to do that, I think there's something to that for me.
Yeah.
He's a team guy. I mean, it's obvious because they're winning. They're second in the nation.
Yep.
And to have a guy like that, ride the bench and still be a cheerleader, but provide when he needs to, that's what I like about him.
He's not riding the bench. He's playing.
I mean, I'm just saying, you don't, like you said, to your point, you're not seeing his name everywhere like these other guys. I mean, it's there, but it's not like, you know what I'm saying?
Got you.
In the headlines.
Darren Peterson's name is in the headline, and that's a point guard? Come on, man.
Actually,
is he a point guard at the next level?
I don't know, but as you guys were talking, I brought up ESPN's mock draft, and it says Darren Peterson, point guard, shooting guard.
So combo guard? That combo guard
I told
makes
CJ
sense.
before you got here, he kind of reminds
me
me of a point guard in the same way Cade Cunningham's a point guard.
Yeah.
It's a score first guard who can orchestrate the offense.
Right. Okay, let me ask you this then. Is there similar to football, I feel like running back gone in a sense. Is it not? I mean, it's like, I'm not going to say it's gone, but you got to be able to do multiple things at the running back.
Right. Yeah.
You got to be able to block. You got to be able to run routes.
Passes.
You got to be able to catch.
Yeah.
Is point guard gone? Is there
No,
having to score?
We've talked a ton about positionless basketball, right?
Right.
Two positions that are always going to be around in basketball: center and point guard. You got to have you a big dude. You got to have you a dude who organizes.
But I think they can evolve,
offense.
right?
But do you have to be able to score at the point guard? Yes, you can be a point guard, but are you more? Obviously, it makes your stock rise if you can be a scoring point guard. But is it a requirement now? Is it like, man, this point guard's really good, but he can't score the ball?
I don't think so, because I would have Braden Smith on my top 5. And
Right.
Braden Smith, to me, out of Purdue, while he does score roughly 15 points per game, to me, what makes him so good is the fact that he is the facilitator of that offense.
Right.
Roughly 9 assists per contest. And that's the thing that I'm looking for. I think Christian Anderson is another one of those.
Right.
Where, yes, can he be explosive? Can he get buckets? Absolutely he can. But what makes him the best version of a point guard to me is his ability to facilitate the offense, pass, get other people involved.
I feel like you look at, and we saw it when Ja came back this year, there's a difference in someone who, Cam Spencer was fine as a lead guard, but there's a difference in somebody playing lead guard and somebody being a point guard. You know, you said that first game, Ja came back and he's motioning Jaren into the lane and moving guys around, all that stuff. I was just looking at the standings, a team like the Houston Rockets, they have a lot of really good players. They don't have a guy who kind of runs the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
A facilitator.
The Timberwolves are the same way. Like the Timberwolves have all these really good players. They don't have a point guard who can like get things going. When somebody's hot, you get them the ball. You know what I mean? Like all those things.
People just don't understand how hard it is to be a point guard because you got to know everything. Yeah, I mean, you're essentially a quarterback. You got to know where everybody going to be at. You're going to have to know.
Because you were a tall guy.
Yeah.
I played point guard in high school.
Man,
and I had never, you know what? Like my sophomore year, I played JV and I was like a wing player. I went to the varsity and the coach was like, I want you to play point guard. I'd never done it in my life. And I was like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't, and he was like, you're smart enough to figure it out. I did it for a couple of years and I was okay at it, but like, it is like a thing.
You gotta be elite.
It's hard. Be elite. It's very hard.
I think Peterson could be a point guard. I mean, I think he's a mismatch nightmare. Now the only thing to your point, I guess it's the the way you look at it is the glass half full or half empty because it's like this guy, he has a supporting cast that's so strong that it's hard to be like, well, he didn't play, so he's a detriment to the team. Like it's not like they lose without him.
Yeah.
They win without him. So it's kind of like when you a scout or when you somebody looking at him, it's like, man, it seemed like this guy been ducking smoke.
If you take Flemings off of Houston, they're still going to win without Fleming. Some teams just have enough talent to where.
But Flemings ain't been missing. I mean, he been
true. But you can. My point is, some teams have enough talent to where you remove somebody off and they'll be good still.
Like Duke, you could probably take away a guy.
Beat the brakes up, man. I watched him
beat the hell out of Clemson.
Yeah, I was watching the Cam Boozer highlights this morning, trying to get a grip on him.
That's my boy. That's my boy. I love me some Boozer, dog.
He reminds me.
I love Boozer.
He reminds me of his dad. Like, in the fact that like he's not like the most athletic guy in the world,
right?
But he knows where to be.
Just a
and
big
he's smart.
space eater, man.
Yeah, he knows how to play.
He drilled that ball better than his dad.
He made some good passes last night too. There were some plays where he passed.
He pass out the post, handle the ball, nice touch, shoot the three. I love me some Boozer.
You didn't have Miguel Brown Jr. out of Louisville on that list. Do you?
I hadn't seen much of Miguel. Yeah. There's as much as I love college basketball, I feel like I need 9 TVs in my house.
There's like so many games.
And this class is just so. In previous years, I feel like you can watch a few teams and know there's a few guys to keep your eyes on. But this class this year, I mean, it's everywhere. Yeah. It's everywhere. This is one of the most action-packed, talented freshman class, or just this year it's so much talent. It's so many kids, men everywhere. It's really hard for me, if I'm being out to try and keep an eye on
for sure
so many kids. So I hadn't peeped.
I don't watch it. I mostly watch NBA, and I was watching the Kansas Duke game the other night when what's his name didn't play. Peterson didn't play. I kind of started liking Melvin Council, the point guard in Kansas. He's a senior. He's been there for a couple years. He's built like Rajon Rondo, but he can score and he just goes to the rim every single play. Like I kind of like that about college basketball is that like you turn in these games. Last night that Houston Iowa State game, like you find guys, you're like, this Heisey, he could shoot. This guy, like he hit that shot at the end. Yeah,
they come out of nowhere.
You kind of find these guys and find guys you like.
And they just, and I think that's the beauty of the tournament too. Some guys, they just turn it on right at the right time. If they make it out the conference and they get the tournament. What's my boy name? I always forget his name, and it's one of my favorite, I guess, Cinderellas. What's my boy, man? Dude had the long ass head. Upset Kentucky, the shooter.
From Oakland, white boy.
Yes, you know what I'm talking about.
Jeff.
Golke.
Yes. I think he's like selling insurance now or something, but like
Thank you, Jacob.
Guys like that is when you find guys like that come alive in a tournament, those are guys that can essentially make a career that you don't see. And those are some of my favorite guys because I feel like, those are the guys that have a different type of work ethic, a different type of mindset because their name isn't all over the TV. Their name isn't any kind of headlines. nobody really, they're slept on.
Yeah.
And then when they turn the lights on, all the hours, all the training, all the things they've been doing, when it just happened to it just turns on, man. And to see stuff like that, those are the guys that I like to see.
I got to watch tonight. Georgia, Kentucky is on at 8:00 on ESPN. I'm going to tap into that tonight.
Tap in.
All right. Appreciate you joining us, Will.
No, thank you. Thank you.
Next time, you'll probably bring some food because Jessica will be back here next time.
Nah, man. You know what? I'm going to bring some food in here. Next time I bring some food in here. I usually do, I've gotten to the point. My biggest thing when I'm cooking is portion control.
Right.
I always trying to make sure I cook just enough to make sure I don't want a bunch of leftovers.
Yeah.
But next time, I usually have 2 plates. One for Jessica, one for CJ. Next time I have one for Jessica, one for CJ, one for Lane.
Appreciate that.
One for Lane. Make it happen.
Portion control is important.
It is.
I've learned it.
It is.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back here. You're watching Jessica Benson Show here on Grind City Media.
Own the 2025-26 Grizzlies season with the 10-game Flex Pack, the ultimate way to catch all the action on your terms. Choose your favorite matchups from intense rivalries to weekend thrillers and customize your pack to fit your schedule. With 10 games to pick, you'll never miss the moments that matter most. Visit Grizzlies.com/packs today to build your perfect ticket pack and cheer on the Grizzlies your way. It's your team, your season, and your schedule. So don't miss out.
Nate Bargatze.
Look, I say a lot of dumb stuff. I try to keep it in front of large groups. Seems to go better that way.
Big Dumb Eyes World Tour.
When you say something dumb one-on-one, it's a lot for that person. I'll say it, then I can just feel that they feel the weight of my life on their shoulders.
Tickets and info at NateBargatze.com. Don't miss the Big Dumb Eyes World Tour. Nate Bargatze.
Grizzlies fans, dunks, dimes, and no-looks are great on TV, but nothing compares to catching them IRL. And that starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight in person. From seeing your favorite Grizzlies stars up close to hearing the squeak of the sneakers on the hardwood. Put that jersey collection to use and get tickets at Ticketmaster. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside, Memphis.
The long goodbye begins. A very special evening with Journey. Final Frontier Tour. Journey. Tickets are on sale now at journeymusic.com. Your chance to say goodbye to the songs that changed our lives. Journey. Final Frontier Tour.
Big Ben Bennett, do you have your new football coach over in Nashville?
We do, yes. Robert Saleh. This is why I'm stoked. Starting in 2019, number 2 total defense, number 5 total defense, number 3 total defense, number 4 total defense, number 3 total defense, number 3 total defense. This dude's going to have a good defense. Like, he's going to be able to turn their defense around, which has obviously been an issue.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
The Grizzlies are proud to partner with Prime Global Group, a leader in innovative, socially responsible real estate investment. Discover smart strategies that align with your values at primeglobalgroup.net. Welcome back to the Jessica Benson Show here on Grind City Media. Lane Whitaker sitting in for JB. I think she's back tomorrow. We think. We're not sure. Probably, though, because there's a musical at the Orpheum. CJ's here. Jacob's here. And we've got some other stuff to get to today. I'm wearing my Braves hat because spring training is underway. So there's some baseball news we can talk about here. Getting around. My team's the Atlanta Braves, of course, America's team. And if you need proof that the Atlanta Braves are America's team, it came yesterday at spring training down in Sarasota. We have some clip of Braves spring training. The players were out on the field. The game started later this week. Look what was in the air, CJ.
Is that a buzzard?
That's a bald dang
eagle.
A crow?
Oh, a bald eagle.
A bald eagle circling the field.
basically a buzzer just with better PR.
It's a symbol of freedom. We're gonna make Atlanta great again.
Let's go.
We just need some starting pitchers. That hopefully our GM's working on that. Yeah. So the bald eagle, by the way, I don't know. Like they made it the symbol of America. Benjamin Franklin wanted it to be the turkey.
Yeah.
And the eagle won out because it does look kind of badass.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen one?
At like a zoo. I've never seen one out in the wild, but I've seen some in captivity.
Couple, like maybe last year, 2 years ago, my son and I were playing golf at Riverside Golf Course, which is city of Memphis golf course down here, just off I-55, off South Boulevard. Of the city of Memphis golf courses, it's the one that probably needs the most work. That's a generous way of putting it. But it's never crowded and it's really inexpensive. And for a child, it's a good place to take him to kind of learn the game. We were playing golf over there, and it's right on the Mississippi. We were playing golf over there, and a bald eagle flew out of one of the trees right over our heads, like 5 feet. Yes, flew right over us out of the trees. And I was like, well, maybe they get these here a lot because we're on the water, we're right by the thing. And on the way out, I told the guy in the clubhouse, I was like, by the way, we were on the 8th hole over there, and a bald eagle flew out of the tree. And he goes, a bald eagle? You're stunned. So I guess not that used to it. But a bald eagle's cool.
I had some friends of mine take
underrated Muppet too.
Take a trip to Arkansas because over there,
yes,
like there's a major. Was it you? Did you go? No, it was somebody else who went over there because apparently you can do the eagles nest there.
Okay,
so they nest there and then they migrate back up to Canada or wherever they kick it at up north. And they went down there for the eagle nesting so they could bird watch and see some of the majestic bald eagle. So that's a good omen for the Braves. How are you watching these Braves games?
That's
this
what
year?
I'm not sure about.
Okay.
Because the Braves were one of the teams that were on FanDuel. Major League Baseball and FanDuel have split. There's no more baseball on FanDuel. So the Braves, Cardinals, there's like 9 teams that were going to be on FanDuel that are no longer on there. So I'm not sure how I'm going to watch. I've had just Verizon. I mean, not Verizon. I've had Comcast cable the last few years. And the Braves we're in the broadcast area for the Atlanta Braves. So I was able to just watch the Braves on cable the last, 8 years I've been here. But now I'm not sure how. I think maybe they'll be on the MLB network. So I might have to get an MLB pass or something.
Did you see the MLB network news?
No, I don't.
They're taking the strike zone away. Like they're taking the strike zone away that you get to see on the TV.
Well, I read the story. I think the strike zone is still there, but they're not going to show where the ball crosses the strike zone. Because part of the thing now is they have this replay system in Major League Baseball that they've used in minor league baseball the last few years, where if you want to challenge a pitch, you're allowed to challenge a pitch. The way it works in minor leagues, and I assume it's the same in the majors, is you throw the pitch, the umpire makes a call, and if you want to challenge it, either the pitcher or the batter, you do this. You tap your head. That's the signal. And then it's like on tennis when they do the replay review and it's on the scoreboard, it zooms in and shows. They do that on the scoreboard. The whole thing takes like 20 seconds, but you get 3 wrong ones per game. And it's after your 3rd wrong one, you're no more challenges for the game. I'm not sure in the majors if it's 2 or 3, but that's how it was like at the Redbirds games last few years. And it was great. It really worked well. So they're not going to show where it crosses the strike zone because they don't want a pitcher on the mound, he throws a pitch, somebody in the dugout sitting there watching the broadcast sees where it crosses and is able to be like, yell out onto the field, challenge. So instead it's going to have to come down to more of the thing. I wonder how this changes baseball for viewers, because so much of my frustrations the last 10 years watching these games on TV is a pitch comes in, it's clearly a strike, the umpire calls it a ball. And I would be furious watching on TV. Like now people at home aren't going to be able to just sit there and on your couch pick apart the umpires. The umpires must love this part of it. I don't know.
That's what I thought it was. I thought it was to protect the umpires, but I think that from what I read, the MLB feels like it's an unfair advantage for the coaches to be able to look up like you were saying, which I think is kind of just silly. Throw it up there. The point is to get the call right at the end of the day. Whatever you can do to get the call right, the most amount of times, let's get that going. But again, it's not. everything ain't for everybody. Baseball, for whatever reason, I hadn't been able to get into, so I'm not going to be outraged by them taking that away. But it will affect the way people watch it. We're still, though, Lang, you brought it up. Like, the umpires are probably very happy. We were crapping on umpires long before this stuff, though. Like, we don't need technology to do that. After the game, somebody's gonna throw it up on social media, be like, "Yo, look at this dope over here."
But they used to not have that, and
we were still complaining about the umps.
I mean, the worst one ever is the '97 NLCS. Eric Gregg in the Braves game against the Marlins, and Eric Gregg's just. It's like Frank Drebin in The Naked Gun calling strikes that aren't even close. And there was no like social media to pick this guy apart. I asked Chipper Jones about it a couple of years ago. I interviewed him for GQ, and I was like, of all the games in your career, I want to ask you about the Game 5 of the NLCS, Livan Hernandez against the Braves in Miami. Eric Gregg, and he was just started laughing as soon as I mentioned that game, and he's like, "What do you do?" Like, you know. And if you go watch it now, it's resurfaced. There was a clip actually in the last 2 months going around on Twitter of Eric Gregg's performance in that game. Ball's coming in 2 feet off the plate either side. He's giving them the strike, and and it was probably the best Braves team of the '90s when they won 15 straight divisions.
Yeah,
and they didn't even make it to the World Series because of that game. Like, kept them out. If it happened now, like it was sort of like the judging in the Olympics. Like, if it happened now, it would be a big deal and people would talk about it and maybe something would happen. I don't know. But nothing happened. By the way, the cheating clip of us talking about the cheating in the curling went wild. Like, that's still like an issue now. They're still talking about the cheating in the curling.
Because there's no official. We started.
Yeah, but apparently they told the officials now to pay less attention.
What?
I don't know. That's what I read. They told the officials to be ready in case there's like in case you get like confronted by the players, but like they not to stand around and like just watch like that. So I don't know.
This is started the show. You talking about your experience at WWE and some of the tropes that they lean into, and oh no, ref, look at me.
Oh no,
as
the ref got
hit, but look at me as some nefarious deed gets done. Is the IOC trying to take a page out of that playbook?
I also think that's hilarious in wrestling. That of all the sports, like we talk about baseball having instant replay now, of all the sports that would instant replay would be transformative, wrestling. 90% of the wrestling matches are decided by some sort of, shenanigans.
Yes.
The final one last night, that guy, Javon Franklin won. Another dude ran in and hit Gunther with a bell in the head and knocked him out. And that's how Javon Franklin won the match. Like, if that happens in real life in any other sport, you go, oh, let's go to the tape. Let's see what happened. Oh, there was cheating, undo. Like, it would ruin wrestling if they had instant replay.
Well, no, because you go to look at the tape and you just get hit again. Everybody who goes to look keeps getting knocked out for some reason.
Knock out all the replay officials?
Yes.
I also think I was watching.
That would be awesome.
On the replay last night, there was on Netflix, there was a part where somebody got knocked. There's like a little area where the announcers sit.
Yeah.
Then there's like another little area kind of like to get you into the part that's fenced off or like gated off where like the ring announcer sits, the woman sits back. There's like a chair and a woman who sits there. And somebody went back there and the guy said, oh, so-and-so went into the timekeepers area. Like timekeepers? Like, who's keeping time? Nobody's keeping time with these things. Like,
I've announced a couple of wrestling events and we do keep time because the match has to be done in
well,
X
that's
amount
why you
of
should
time.
watch the WWE Unreal because so the referees have earpieces and Triple H and those guys talk to the referees during the match and tell them, hey, we got to wrap this up. We got to get going. They're the ones keeping the time in the back. And they'll tell like when somebody gets hit into the wall, they'll ask the referee, is he okay? Can you check? And they get up real close and talk to them. All this is on this Netflix show. It's crazy. Like they show all that behind the scenes stuff. Nice. So
are you watching anything good?
I've watched that. So season 2 came out recently. WWE Unreal on Netflix. It's really good. Peyton Manning produced it of all the people. Yeah. I guess his production company did it. The other show I was telling you about that I really kind of gotten into is called A Night of the Seven Kingdoms on HBO. You said you would watch Lord of the Rings, CJ, like no matter what. Like that's your thing. Have you watched, or are you a Game of Thrones guy?
No. I hate that. Like it doesn't make sense for me not to be. I cannot get
Game of Thrones
into
is like adult Lord of the Rings without the dwarves.
And a whole lot of incest and boobies.
Yeah.
Hobbits. They're hobbits.
That's something.
There are dwarfs there as well, but they're two distinct races.
The hobbits. The little guys with the barefoot, big feet, and the big ears.
Yes.
Yeah. They don't have those in the Night of the Seven Kingdoms. But on Game of Thrones, there is a dwarf on there, but there's dragons too. Like it's like a sort of mystical thing.
Right.
Night of the Seven Kingdoms doesn't have the dragons.
Okay.
It's almost like a show at a Renaissance fair.
Oh.
It's a guy who's a knight, and he gets a squire who's like a 5-year-old kid. And it's like a sidekick show. It's like a guy and his sidekick, and he has to go fight in a jousting tournament.
Okay.
And so it's the Seven Kingdoms is part of the world of Game of Thrones. I read an interview with the guy George Martin who did Game of Thrones, and he said HBO had come to him and been like, "All right, let's do another show that doesn't cost as much money."
There we
Because
go.
Game of Thrones has like all these special effects and stuff. So this one has no special effects really. It's just kind of like I said, it's like being at a Renaissance fair, but it's more about this guy and the kid. And if you watch Game of Thrones, the characters are all sort of part of the same families from Game of Thrones. It's supposedly 100 years before Game of Thrones.
Okay.
So you hear them talk about the Targaryens and the different people of Game of Thrones. It gives it another layer kind of like interest. And they play the music from Game of Thrones every once in a while to kind of like really hook you in. But the season finale is on Sunday. It's a really good show. I've been into it. Like I would watch Game of Thrones first
And then watch this?
Yeah.
What's the feel of it? I know it's not Game of Thrones, no dragons, not the same special effects, but we talking like a drama, comedy, nonstop action drama.
It's drama, yeah.
Okay.
It's not like and the
Do we still
episodes are like,
have boobies and incest?
I don't know about the incest. There's some nudity.
All right.
It's not all female nudity.
Turn up.
But the shows are half an hour. Like they're shorter. It's not like an hour-long thing.
Okay.
So like they're the one the other night was like one of the bigger ones, and it was 40 minutes.
Okay.
So like it's a little more doable. It's manageable to watch.
Got you.
What are you watching?
I just finished the Upshaws, the series finale of the Upshaws on Netflix.
I don't know what that is.
It's an incredible show.
Gene
I
Upshaw?
don't know who they're making the Upshaws for, but it's me, right? I don't care. It's made for me. It is Kim Fields, Mike Epps, Wanda Sykes.
Kim Fields, Tootie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Just a dysfunctional ass black family trying to make it.
Yeah.
And hilarious stuff happens. Benny is the Mike Epps character. He's the father. He is always trying to pull off. It's a sitcom, 30 minutes. So you know what sitcoms are. The goofy character always tries to get ahead by doing goofy stuff, and it never works. So you've got that going on. You got his relationship with Wanda Sykes' character, where they just talk trash to one another, and they swear profusely at one another at all times, man. It's funny. I think it's really, really well written.
Who's it from? Anybody
Netflix.
like, huh?
Netflix. It's on Netflix.
Like who wrote it?
I think Wanda Sykes wrote it. I'm pretty sure
looking
Wanda
now.
Sykes wrote it.
She's the executive producer.
Yeah.
All of them are. Mike Epps, yeah.
Yeah. So like it's funny to me. So I finished that. Been making my way every week. Abbott Elementary comes out. I'm gonna sit down and watch my people at Abbott because I do thoroughly enjoy them. I'll tell you the show I'm looking forward to coming. It comes out next week, or it comes back next week rather. Been making my way through Scrubs. I'm almost all the way through Scrubs.
So
the revival comes back next week.
There was a commercial
I'm excited
for
about
it this morning.
Yeah.
When I was getting ready, and my son was watching SportsCenter, and there was a commercial for the return of Scrubs, and my son goes, "Oh, those are the guys from the T-Mobile commercial."
Yes.
But like he doesn't know what Scrubs is. He just knows them as two guys from a T-Mobile commercial.
Yes.
And I was like, no, they were on a show first a long time ago, and the T-Mobile commercial was. A lot of people saw that and was like, "Oh, those are the guys from Scrubs." So maybe this is a whole new generation of people who are going to watch them.
Maybe, man. Maybe. I don't know if your son is going to watch. I don't know if a new generation is going to watch. But I'm definitely going to watch it. Again, that's for me, man. And that hits me in a special place.
I was never into it. But the guy who's on that show, the doctor, the guy who's ripped, like
Dr. Cox?
I don't know his name on the show. The actor, John something, who's on there, and he's like really in good shape, you know. He's in the new Steve Carell show on HBO. I just saw a promo for that, and it's Steve Carell's a writer and like a novelist, and he has to go back to college and get a job. It's by the guy who did Ted Lasso.
Okay.
He has to go back to college and get a job as a professor, and so it's like
there's Ted Lasso involvement in this one. I'm sorry
really?
for
Oh yeah,
cutting you
because
off.
it's the same guy. Yeah, Bill Lawrence. Yeah.
Yep. So That's another reason why I'm excited. So I don't want to say so often, but sometimes the revivals just lean on the tropes that the first iteration did. And so it's like, okay, we'll get this. I think Gilmore Girls was that, where it's like, okay, we'll get this thing. It'll be a one-off and it won't be back. I'm hoping this is more like King of the Hill. The King of the Hill revival was wonderful. It was done really, really good. It's like, oh, okay, set it up for multiple seasons. I hope that's what they end up doing as we follow those characters about.
I was hoping the Beavis and Butthead revival would be more than it was.
Wait, there was a Beavis and Butthead revival?
Yeah.
Oh, word.
But wait, before we get out of here,
yeah,
you were telling me there's a new cartoon something.
Oh, shoot. And I didn't even send it, Lane.
Who was it? What channel was it?
It's on Tubi.
Tubi cartoons.
Tubi has they've dropped their coming next month.
Cartoon era collection.
We'll have all of these cartoons on Tubi. And
so
it's
bangers. It looks like it's a lot of like
the Hanna-Barbera's.
Yeah, Cartoon Network and
Cartoon
Network.
So
I was just
joints.
telling you. So this has been transformative in my household. There's this channel Me TV. Have you ever seen that? I think you can get it on like over the air.
Yeah.
And it's just they show like the Brady Bunch and all these weird shows. All of a sudden on my cable it popped up Me TV Tunes.
Okay.
Here's some of these shows. I brought up their shows. Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Oh!
Beetlejuice, the cartoon.
The 80s joint?
Bugs Bunny and Friends.
Great. Still great.
Casper and Company.
I love that one.
Challenge of the GoBots.
I'm unfamiliar.
Flintstones.
Obviously.
The Hair Bear Bunch. You know that one?
Yep.
Inspector Gadget. The Jetsons. Let's see. Magilla Gorilla.
Magilla Gorilla?
Mighty Mouse.
I had Mighty Mouse, not a movie, but it was about an hour and a half long, and it was just an hour and a half straight of Mighty Mouse.
On tape?
On tape.
Yeah.
Obviously on tape. On the VHS.
On DVD?
In the VCR.
They have the Mr. T cartoon. You remember that one?
No.
From the 80s?
I do.
Yeah, it's like Mr. T and a group of kids, and they would like go solve crimes. Scooby-Doo's on there, Pac-Man, Popeye, Ghostbusters, the Smurfs.
Oh.
It's awesome.
Smurf, yeah. Smurftacular.
My kid likes the Woody Woodpecker ones. So like we've been, like those are on. Top Cat.
Top Cat, a pimp.
Underdog, Yogi Bear, like all that stuff's on there. So check out Me TV Tunes if you have it. It just showed up on my cable thing one day, and we've had that like locked for the last 3 months. So, all right, that gets us out of here for today's show. Jessica will be back tomorrow, allegedly. We'll find out.
Reportedly.
If she's not, maybe I will. So
somebody will be here.
Somebody will be here. CJ will be here. Jacob will be here, and somebody will be here. So appreciate you joining us today. Gary Parrish will be with you in half an hour. You're watching Grind City Media.
On his name. I don't like him at all.
Yeah.
Jacob, point guard from Illinois. What's his name?